I can tell you from Lan Kwai Fong, the area that I control, it's a change, different change. We were mostly expat in the past, but during COVID, 200,000 people of expats left Hong Kong because they didn't want their children to do online learning and 21-day quarantine, all that, and many did not come back. And so that changed, and then, of course, 150,000 locals got B&O passports. They went to the UK. Yeah. So that changed the dynamics. I've got a Michelin star restaurant, one Michelin star restaurant, Chengdu from Sichuan, from Chengdu, Sichuan. I've got Meike TV, which is a public company. They have 500 in China, and they've got it's publicly listed in China. Very, very popular. First one going to be in Lan Kwai Fong. All the newspapers, everybody's very excited about that. I've got Chao Chen Min, which is a hot pot restaurant from Chongqing, and these are all new imports. I've got more coming on the way.
That was Lan Kwai Fong Chairman or Group Chairman Alan Zeman talking to us recently about some of the changes happening in the Hong Kong dining and drinking hub, Lan Kwai Fong. But the area in Hong Kong, not too far from here actually, undergoing a facelift as that part of the city tries to cater to an influx of visitors and residents from mainland China. That customer base, maybe it's replacing some of the expats who left during COVID, but let's get more from our Bloomberg conglomerates and media reporter, Shirley Zhao. And Shirley, I mean, I think for anyone who's in the city, everyone can see the changes in LKF. But just for people that are outside, what are we seeing exactly?
So Lan Kwai Fong used to be focusing very heavily on expat and local professional customers, and that's because of its location. It's right in the middle of Central, which is Hong Kong's business and finance hub. It's full of big international law firms, banks, and big international brands, and that's attracted a lot of expats and upper middle class local elites to the area to have some drinks after sealing deals. But after COVID, we've seen a lot of legacy bars and establishments closing down in Lan Kwai Fong, and replacing them are a lot of mainland brands, as we've seen, like Alan Zeman, who's the biggest landlord in Lan Kwai Fong, just said. He mentioned in an interview with us that there is a Chongqing hot pot place which opened in Lan Kwai Fong in April, and then there will be a Chinese karaoke place opening in Lan Kwai Fong later this month. And he's also in talks with other mainland Chinese brands, including Luckin Coffee, to set up shop in Lan Kwai Fong. So that's a rare sight to see in the past, because expats are not into karaoke. You don't know that.
Well, clearly someone is.
Well, it's more of an Asian thing, yeah. I think.
There is actually, and the insiders will know this, there is one specific hot pot place in LKF that also does karaoke. But it'll go unnamed, and I can see you nodding. Yeah, that's the Chongqing hot pot place, Chao Tianmen, which opened in April. There we go. Yeah. Singing with Mala.
Yes.
It's not just LKF, right? I think LKF is symbolic. I think the change is there of what we're seeing across the broader F&B space in many parts of Hong Kong.
Yes. So it really shows that Hong Kong is shifting from being the sort of regional or global financial hub to China's financial hub. And that's got a lot to do with the past few years where Hong Kong experienced months of social unrest and then 3 years of COVID closure. And during this period, a lot of expats and local professionals left Hong Kong. And to replace them or to attract more talent, the Hong Kong government introduced this top talent visa scheme, as well as a lot of other measures to attract talents. And so far, what we've seen is that these measures have mainly attracted mainland Chinese people to come to Hong Kong to work. And that's shifted Hong Kong's demographics a lot, and that's leading to Hong Kong's whole shift into relying more and more on mainland Chinese customers as well as mainland Chinese talents.
And is that the businesses that are slowly starting to cater to the changing profile, say, of the work demographic in Hong Kong, and also the changes we're seeing in consumer habits, right? People are going over the weekend across the border.
Yes.
What does that mean for the net outlook for the rental market in Hong Kong?
So in terms of retail and office rents, what we've seen right now, Hong Kong is facing the challenges of high interest rate and an oversupply of units, as well as home market as well. So Bloomberg Intelligence expects that the home market to recover about 10% next year, but that's still far from what we've seen a few years ago. And Hong Kong's home prices right now is near an 8-year low. And in terms of retail and offices, the challenges are even bigger. And Morgan Stanley just had a note saying that they expect that next year the rental and retail and office rental market to continue to drop for about 5%. So I think it will take a long time for Hong Kong's property market to recover in this broader China economic slowdown and property market downturn.